Beyond the Blast Doors. We are live on Facebook. David, come back around here.
No, we're live on YouTube.
Oh, this is live on YouTube?
This is live on YouTube.
YouTube does live stuff?
Yeah, so basically just to kind of get you up to speed, David and I just got out of seeing Star Wars The Last Jedi.
And it was so good.
And we thought about, these microphones are not hooked up right now, and we're really sorry about it, but we decided, you know what, instead of doing a pre-recorded thing where it's going to take us a couple of hours to post online, we just thought, why not go live on YouTube and get it out there and start that conversation with you. And so that's what we're doing. And I'm already starting to get emotional right now because I'm trying to process the greatest 2.5 hours that I have seen in a theater Star Wars related. This to me is the greatest Star Wars theatrical experience I have ever had in my life, David.
Well, I guess you weren't alive for the original trilogy.
No. So being born in '92, I was not able to
neither was I.
Enjoy that. So let's just start with, first off, we're gonna keep our promise. We are not gonna give spoilers. There are gonna be no spoilers in this video. We definitely want to say thank you for joining us. We are going to be checking in with the chat. We're probably going to do this for what, a half hour, 45 minutes maybe?
I don't know, whatever.
However, if you're talking to us in the chat, then we're going to continue that conversation. I'm going to check in there in just a little bit. But we're going to talk about kind of like our general emotions that we're feeling right now. We'll go to our emotions that we felt at the beginning of the movie. And then we're going to tread lightly through this movie. We're not going to give away anything specific. No major reveals. There will be no spoiling happening in this video. We just want to have a conversation about yes. This is the movie. This is the movie that I wanted. Oh my gosh, it is so good.
Thank you, Ryan Johnson. This is.
I had to send a tweet the moment I walked out. I got on my phone, and my friends at work have been giving me a lot of trouble because they know I'm a huge diehard Star Wars fan. And they're like, you know, we can't wait to watch see what you tweet out at the end of the movie. And so I get out of the theater and I just had to say thank you. And I tagged Ryan Johnson and Mark Hamill. And if I'm lucky enough for them to ever see that, then, wow, day made right there. But all I can say is thank you. Emotions that you're feeling right now, David, while I get on the live chat?
A little bit of giddiness, excitement. I mean, I've been out of the movie now for about an hour, so the dust is starting to settle for me. And definitely in my top 3 Star Wars movies. I feel like I need to see it another 3 or 4 more times, which I should be able to do by the end of the weekend. And then, of course, we'll wait a year and see how it stands the test of time. So many emotions throughout the movies, from laughter to sadness. Nice little send-off to Carrie Fisher in the credits. They credited her in loving memory, and that was... wow, that brought me to tears.
Yeah, I think that every moment, and again, we're not going to spoil anything, every moment with Leia is so tastefully done that it's like they knew that Carrie was going to be gone. I mean, I felt like every scene with Carrie Fisher as Leia, I felt like it was a testimony, a tribute to Carrie Fisher, to Leia Organa. Want to jump in the chat real quick, and again, thank you so much for joining us on this live stream. Again, David and I just got out of seeing The Last Jedi in theaters, and so we're here doing this first live stream on our channel. Thank you so much for being patient with us and staying with us. I know it's not as flashy as we usually do it. You know, the monitor is off. We don't have the blast doors opening and closing, but we're here to have a conversation. So I'm really excited to go, and I want to jump in the chat real quick. I want to say hi to Wannabe Collector. Dude, thank you so much for being here. Hello to you, man. It's so good to have you here. Gomez saying, what's up, David and Dave? I'm assuming I'm David and you're Dave.
I'll take it.
Or do you want to be David and I'll be Dave?
I don't care.
I mean, Dave's my dad. I mean, that's kind of how I feel about Dave. Dave's my dad. You know, I have a middle name. He does not, so I'm not a junior. Always kind of bummed me out growing up. Got picked on the parking lot about it, but that's a story for another day. We're talking about Star Wars right here. We got a couple others. J-Rod Ham is in the house. He's saying hey to Gomez. Man, I'm saying hi to Gomez. Thankfully, Gomez is with us in the chat. And, you know, what's so cool is the folks that are with us right now, David, are some of the guys that support us in the comic book community. You know, we talk about the comic books. We love talking about Darth Vader. We do the breakdowns on our channel. We're doing a 300 sub contest right now, actually, that is hopefully going to entice those guys and gals in the comic book community to go out there and make a comic book video. I think we got the prizes right there behind you.
So we've already got some video submissions too, haven't we? And we just posted that today,
Yeah,
right?
so listen to this.
Yeah.
We posted the video today, this morning, and J-Rod Gomez, you might have seen this already. We posted the video, right? I think Gomez has seen it. I think he commented on it. Video's been only out for 5-6 hours, and we already have a dozen submissions, which is pretty cool. Not everybody has tagged their link below. You know, you're supposed to take that video hyperlink and put it in the comments below. Not everyone has done that yet, but yeah, I can't believe like we already have the response.
So cool.
Like it's awesome. It's really cool. Okay, so back on topic. We're talking Star Wars.
Who else is watching us right now?
We got Wannabe, we got Gomez, we got J-Rod, Wannabe. So it looks like we've got 3 or 4 folks hanging out with the live chat. If you can, help us out and let everybody know right now that Beyond the Blast Doors is live right now on YouTube. We're doing our very first stream. Guys, if you don't mind, let me know in down below. Let me know how our audio is. You know, the one thing about not having the pre-produced version is, yeah, these mics are off. They're right here. They're just for decor. So let us know what the audio is. You know, can we get by with doing a live video with just the microphone in our phone? Let us know in the below. Audio is great. J-Rod says audio is great.
Oh, good.
So, okay, so I'm not going to try and overdo it. I was kind of trying to, like, not shout, but I really wanted to project myself because I want people to hear. Dude! Miss Hustle is in the house. Let me tell you, Miss Hustle is a classy lady. She's also from the comic book community, and she's checking us out as well. Miss Hustle's cute. Miss Hustle, you got a boyfriend? You got somebody in your life? This man is single right now, and he likes to cuddle. He is a warm. Look at this guy. Look at all the warmth that man can bestow upon you in the session of cuddles. All right, we're moving right. We're gonna move right along. I need to get out of that. That's a dark place we're going.
Yep.
Dark place. We're talking about Star Wars. Okay. So we talked about the emotions that we're feeling now.
What do you feel about the new characters that they added into it, without spoiling anything?
Okay.
Because we had Vice Admiral Holdo,
yes,
and we had DJ, and we had Rose. I'm going to throw Captain Phasma in there, too, as a new character, even though she was in the last movie.
Okay.
Simply because I feel like she wasn't utilized in The Force Awakens at all.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about them?
I think that's a great next place to go.
Did they make sense to you?
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. Of all the new characters, Rose is my favorite. I feel like Rose... First off, Kelly Marie Tran, if you watched the interviews that she has done, whether it's on the Star Wars Social or if it's her guest appearances or the thousands of things that she did with the Hollywood Reporter, her passion shows through in her role. And it's the most believable new character that we get in this new movie. I will, if I'm being honest with you, and this isn't a spoiler, this is just my reaction to the characters, I don't buy into Holdo. Nope. I didn't buy into Holdo. I
feel like if she would have been introduced in a previous movie and we would have had 2 movies with her,
I can roll with that.
Yeah.
I think a little bit more backstory between her relationship with between her and Leia is needed for you to really have an investment. I will tell you this. If you read Leia, Princess of Alderaan, the young reader's novel that came out a few months ago.
Do you have that one?
I don't have it on my book. Okay. I've only been able... I found the audiobook online. But I'll tell you, that book... Reading that book gives you the knowledge of understanding the relationship between Holdo and Leia. But the Leia fam isn't going to get that by just watching the movies. Holdo shows up and does her thing. Won't tell you what that thing is. You might enjoy it, you might not. But I think that her character was the one, I feel like more explanation maybe in the film would have helped to give her a good base.
And I don't feel like that's a knock on Laura Dern's acting capabilities, because I love Laura Dern. And she definitely played the role well.
Dude, Laura Dern, I mean, even though I wasn't bought in immediately, she walks with such grace. And that's more of a compliment to Laura Dern. I definitely was, I was invested. I was trying to... enjoy the character, and I enjoy what Laura Dern was trying to bring with the role. I really do, and it's one of those things where you probably won't like her at first. She's going to grow on you. It's a slow burn to get that woman to grow on you. Want to jump in the chat real quick though? We got some more people joining us.
Welcome,
Darth Autismo. I feel like that's slightly offensive. I think you should maybe consider a name. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not catching the joke here. But he says, The Last Jedi was great. Holdo sucked. Hated her. Can't read that last part because that's technically a spoiler. Hey, folks, let's not be dicks in the chat. Let's not spoil this for folks. Gomez is in the house. He's saying hey to J-Rod. Gomez, I'm saying hey to you again. And then she's saying, Gomez, just watched your vid. Great pickups, playa. Okay, great. Oh, no, he's talking to J-Rod. Okay, I think he's talking to J-Rod. I want to say Darth is back. What she did redeemed her. Okay, I can't. He says what she did redeemed her. But other than
is that spoiler?
I don't think that's a spoiler.
Okay.
I mean, it could mean a myriad of things. But Darth is getting in here. Oh, I'm just giving you trouble, man. He goes, my bad. And also, I want to clarify something, Miss Hustle. Miss Hustle, if you're listening to the chat right now, okay, you're listening to the video, you're in the chat. You are one of the nicest people to us online. And I greatly appreciate that. You know, I make the joke about trying to set you up with David because he's a nice guy. I want to make sure there's a nice guy in your life. But I just always appreciate the fact that when I comment on a video, you get on there and you're always spreading your kindness. And Miss Hustle is actually trying to learn about Star Wars right now because of our show.
Good.
So we are like, I don't want to call us masters. We'll say we're a Jedi Knight, okay? And we're trying to bestow knowledge upon our Padawan, Miss Hustle.
Miss Hustle, to be completely honest, I've learned more about Star Wars in the last 6 months doing this podcast than I did in the entire rest of my childhood watching the movies repeatedly.
And maybe you have too. Maybe you've actually learned something from our show, and if that's the truth, you know what you should do? Make an entry video for our subscriber contest and tell us that.
Win some neat shit, too.
Win like $100 of free stuff. It's awesome. So Holdo to me was a little flat. Rose was the most enjoyable. Benicio del Toro's character.
He was a letdown.
Okay, so I don't know. I didn't expect a whole lot from him. I didn't expect him to be a critical point of this movie. I would say he kind of plays a critical role in this movie. But here's the thing. DJ, that's a character. DJ is the character that he plays. I felt DJ was not the character that I thought I was getting. It will break a few fan theories out there. I'll say that much. I mean, no one saw DJ coming. I think the version that we got, you know.
But I'm okay with that, too, because, I mean, if we'd guessed everything right, what's the point in seeing the movie?
I think so. Oh, absolutely. And that's the fun about Star Wars. And that's the thing that I like is, you know, the original trilogy, you didn't have the social media. It was 2.5, 3 years of hardcore speculation in between the films. You know, with this you can make the argument with the prequels is, you know, every day, you know, you're able to have that conversation and nerd out. And
new information out there.
Oh, yeah. And then, yeah, so DJ didn't really do it for me. I guess those are the critical new players in the game, right?
Yep.
So our recurring cast, our returning cast. Let's start. Do we start with like the big dogs and go down, or do we go down and go back up?
Let's build up to it. Let's start at the bottom and.
Okay, so what I would say is our B-level characters.
So our General Huxes.
Yes, our General Hux. Let's start with Hux. What do you think about General Hux?
He's kind of like the chew toy. Is this a spoiler? We talked about this earlier.
I don't think it's a spoiler. I mean,
he's kind of like the chew toy then for Kylo Ren.
Yes,
just gets beat up a lot.
Yes, I like how it's an intensified. The relationship between Kylo Ren and General Hux to me in Force Awakens was like a sibling rivalry. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I like that competitive nature between the two characters. That is intensified, I would say, drastically in this movie.
It's still like that sibling rivalry, but now they're like on the playground and the gloves have come off.
Absolutely. There's more at stake now. Mm-hmm. The delivery of Hux has changed. Hux is not the same character we got in The Force Awakens. I don't want to say he's more needy, but he is more of a teacher's pet. And he also...
You think he's more of a teacher's pet now than he was?
I think so. I really think so. I really do. And I won't get into that more because right now we're not trying to do spoilers. And that's a promise. We said non-spoilers. We mean it. Want to check back in the chat real quick. Darth Atismo is back. He's commenting about Leia. We won't read that out loud because I don't want to ruin the movie for people. But yeah, I think that... Hux was, I would say, if he was at a level 2 in Force Awakens, he's a level 5 now as far as his intensity, his rage, but also being a teacher's pet. Phasma is another baddie that, there's been a lot of speculation about the role that Phasma plays in the First Order, and that existed ever since we saw those first pieces of promotional material for The Force Awakens a few years ago. How do you interpret Chromehead? Chrome Dome.
Chrome Dome is what
Chrome Dome.
she gets called.
Yeah.
Better in this movie, but I still don't see the need for her character in general.
I
outside of merchandising.
You know, and I get what they did in this movie with Phasma. I still go back to Force Awakens. No matter how hard you try in this movie to give her gravitas, you missed your opportunity, J.J. Abrams, with her on Takodana. You missed the boat there. There is a real effort made in this movie to bring some legitimacy to the character, and it's appreciated. There's a little bit of a human level brought to Phasma, which I appreciate. But to me, I think if you wanted me to buy in with this character, as much as it was promoted in 2015, I feel like Phasma really needed to come out swinging in Force Awakens. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the ship has sailed for Phasma. But I'll let you decide, and then we can talk about what maybe might come for Episode 9. We can have that conversation. So those are the two.
Supreme Leader Snoke?
Okay, yeah, I don't know if I would call Snoke a B-level character, but he is someone that we don't know a whole lot about, and I think I would put him in the same category of underutilized or misused. We get more Snoke in this movie than I thought. We get a lot more Snoke in this movie than I thought. He is like that creepy... He kind of looks like, you know that pedophile guy from Family Guy? I was thinking about this during the movie. You know?
The old grandpa that
bring that space-ass back. You know, like that guy with the kind of like weird lisp, kind of creepy. Kind of looks like him. If you think about it, if you squish that one side in, kind of looks like him. And that's what I thought. I mean, I kind of felt like Kylo has Stockholm Syndrome. And Snoke is just this really messed up dude who is getting in this guy's head. I really enjoyed, and we're not gonna give anything away. But what did you feel about his force wielding ability? Because the thing that has always kind of annoyed me is, well, he uses the force, but he's not a Sith Lord. Has a kyber crystal on his finger, he's not a Sith Lord. Okay, so, but he is strong in the force. We saw it.
I mean, at this point, could we not call him a Sith Lord? Because we don't have a master, we don't have an apprentice.
They did confirm he's not a Sith.
But at this point, I would still say he's got the Sith-like demeanor. You know, he wants that power, he wants the authority, he wants to conquer everything. He uses emotions to benefit himself at every level. You know, it's interesting how many new aspects to the Force they've introduced between Force Awakens and this movie. No spoilers, but Force Awakens, we have the Force Vision, or some people call it the Force Back.
Yes.
Some new things in this movie, and it's fascinating to see where they're taking this. And I'm thankful they have not used the word midichlorian.
Until this moment. This moment, you just uttered the M word.
But it wasn't from the canon, so...
No, we're good.
Yeah.
And I feel there are a few callbacks to the prequel trilogy that I really enjoyed. Little phrasings of things that I really enjoyed. And I'll go ahead and get this out of the way now. And tell me if I'm wrong. But where my gripe with Force Awakens is there were nostalgic beats, but they were just misfires. You know,
they were shoehorned in there.
They were. Leia hugging Chewie at the end of The Force Awakens. Wow. I'm in my seat blown away. It didn't happen. But there are references made. I'm thinking one in particular with Luke early on, where to me it was so satisfying to hear him reference a certain event. Does this full circle thing. It does this full circle thing. And it's really satisfying to me because I'm somebody that has always been, I don't want to say championing for, but you know, Dave and I are real big fans of Darth Plagueis. We like the idea that Snoke will ultimately be revealed as Darth Plagueis. And, you know, it's cool to see the different ways that they can create that full circle effect with the other lead characters. Like, there are, just to think that an original trilogy character could somehow reference the prequel trilogy, something that came out 20-something years after the fact. I mean, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, I don't want to get 3 days. 3 days we're going to come out with a spoiler-heavy, we're going to gush, we're going to go scene by scene, we'll try and go frame by frame. I think
it's going to be exciting.
It's going to be so much fun. But I won't ruin it, but there's
so many things I want to talk about.
There are. Folks, it's good. And this is a movie that is just like unlike any Star Wars movie that we've ever seen.
When Johnson says that this will not turn out the way you expect it, he is right.
Oh my gosh! At every turn, every turn,
every single.
Okay, so
I don't think we went 5 minutes without something taking a direction I didn't expect.
And I like that. I like that.
Praetorian Guard, what'd you think?
Okay, so these are B level guys. These are B level guys.
I was wholeheartedly disappointed.
Yeah, tell me, because originally you liked the look of these guys.
Yes, and then I decided that I've changed my mind.
You keep talking. I'm adjusting the camera.
Cool.
I'm making sure the camera looks good.
So, I mean, what I really loved about the Praetorian Guard in, like, Return of the Jedi, they're standing there, they look ominous, and they're pretty badass. You just feel like if they ever had to get into a conflict with someone, that there is no doubt that they would just kick everyone's ass. But then they release all of these new cards and soda bottles and action figures where they've changed the design of them. They've added some armor, which didn't really look too exciting to me to begin with.
Yeah.
But I wanted to give it hope that they would be awesome. Then they have all these new stupid-ass weapons that are kind of like lightsaber, but not lightsaber, but whip, but they're still laser points.
And this isn't spoiler because we've seen this. We've all seen this in either
all
TV spot. Yeah, we've seen that all.
And it just the entire the guard itself let me down.
Yeah. Okay. I can roll with that. I like the concept. I didn't like the look.
I like what they did in the movie.
Yeah.
But I wish they would have stayed with that traditional.
Yeah, there is going to be a scene with the Praetorian Guards that is going to
blow your mind.
Wow.
It's not going to go the way you think it will go.
Yeah, that's damn straight. Real quick in the comment section below, guys, tell us in the comment. You're listening right now live to us. We got a few people watching live. Tell us in the comments below if you have seen the movie. If you have not, when do you plan on seeing the movie? Darth Atismo is in there, and you're absolutely right. I misspoke. He has that volcanic rock from Mustafar on his ring finger. Snoke does. It's not a kyber. I said kyber. I meant to say that it's like part of like the volcanic rock from Mustafar from that castle.
How would he have that on his finger?
But that's a very good question now, isn't it? So we've gone through the baddies. BB9E is a joke. Like, I don't have a problem saying it. BB9E is just a merch grab, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I have no problem saying that.
It didn't do.
Doesn't impact any of your viewing experience. BB9E is a joke. Let's see. We talked about... I feel like we need to start talking about the good guys.
The good guys. Okay, so let's start with Poe. Because I've been a very big critic of Poe for the last, 2 years.
Yes.
And he's starting to grow on me. However, I still feel like he's a liability.
He is, because it seems... And I'm not gonna... I think this is the right way to say it. Based on what I've seen, Rey is the priority.
Mm-hmm.
Finn still doesn't know his place in the world. And it's like... It's just that same question. Where's Rey? Mm-hmm. Where's Rey? I enjoy the dynamic that he has with Rose. Like we said before.
Finn or Poe?
Oh wait, we're talking about Finn.
I was talking about Poe.
Oh wait, you said Poe?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I heard you say Finn.
Oh,
that was strange.
Finn.
No, we'll talk about Poe.
We can talk about.
I like Poe.
See, he's growing on me. He learned some lessons which he needed to learn, and I like that character growth.
I think Oscar Isaac does a really great job of bringing that that gunslinger feel to this role. I mean, essentially, Poe Dameron is the new version of the new Han Solo. He's good looking, he's witty, he's a great pilot. But he's also trying to. It's the difference between being a follower and a leader. Mm-hmm. And he's learning that, and he's having to learn how to put trust in other people. But I think I'm happy with it. I felt there was some much needed growth with the character in the movie.
I would agree.
And I feel like we got it. Well, I'll talk about... I kind of was starting to complain about it there. I like Finn in the movie. I didn't feel like we got the rapid character growth that I wanted to get with Finn in this movie. Okay. And that's why I was saying earlier is the fact that it says the focus with him is still Rey. Mm-hmm. And, man, here's my thing is I still don't know after watching the movie. I don't know what Finn's going to become. I don't know what Finn's endgame is. I was really hoping I really want him to be just like this diehard resistance, supporter.
Yeah, he's kind of moving that direction.
Kind of seems like a loner, but we'll find out probably in episode 9. It's only 2 years away, right?
Yep.
Who's next?
Let's do Rey next.
Rey, or do we need to talk about Leia?
We can talk about Leia.
Or do we do Rey, then Leia, then Luke?
Let's do it that way. Let's do Rey next.
Okay, so we'll do Rey, and start us off. What is this version of Rey compared to Force Awakens?
Better.
Okay.
Learning to be more confident.
Okay.
Starting to learn her place in the world.
Okay.
And I definitely feel like making her the focus is a good thing for this movie. As well, especially since we know that she's Force sensitive and is pretty powerful from the last movie. I really like everything they did with her. I have no complaints whatsoever.
It's funny because going into the theater, I kept thinking about what J.J. Abrams said about, that first conversation on set for Force Awakens. Hey, you're kind of wooden. We need to change this. You just see you just see Rey. I don't see Daisy Ridley trying to find her place as an actress. I think Daisy has a real good grasp on who Rey is and where she wants to go with the character.
But that's what we wanted, because we talked about that, last week or the week before on the show, that we were worried about Rey a little bit and Daisy's performance, and we hoped it wasn't as wooden as some of the scenes in The Force Awakens were, but we wanted her to have that growth as an actress, and that's what Daisy gave us.
She really did, and this movie tests the boundaries and limits of what I think most Star Wars fans know Star Wars to be, and I think that Rey is a critical character to that, and you might be thinking, well, that seems like common sense. I have a lot more respect for Rey's Force sensitivity after watching this movie. I think I get it. I think there's still more to learn about Rey. You're gonna get a reveal about Rey in this movie. I think there's more to go. I think the strength. There's still some explaining that needs to be done. I still feel like she's got a lot of raw power. Want to figure out why again that really is. But I feel very confident with her. Where we leave her in Last Jedi, I feel very confident going into 9 and maybe even more with this character. A lot of blue lightsaber wielding in her hands, and I love that.
Cool.
I think that was awesome. They really used her as a tool to test what the Force is, and part of that is her and her relationship with Kylo. And I'll be very, very interested. I don't think, I think a lot of people said, well, this is what Kylo's going to do, and this is what Rey's going to do. I don't think anyone really called this.
No.
We
didn't.
No.
Even in our off-screen conversations, we didn't get.
No, we didn't. But that's okay. I think it's better. It's better. You mentioned it at the very beginning of this. A really great tribute to Carrie Fisher. Not just one scene or this scene, but the movie. A really nice tribute to Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Is that all we can say?
I don't know. That's a statement. We're asking a question.
Oh, well, it's like one of those, I thought my tone suggested that you could, intervene with some thought. But that's okay, man.
Well, were you finished with your thought?
No, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, it's like, I felt, I don't know if I said this once already.
So, at the end of the last movie,
yeah,
Force Awakens,
right,
we both looked and said, what in the hell were they thinking with Carrie Fisher?
Yeah, waste.
I can imagine after The Force Awakens, when they're doing their screen read, and the producers start looking at each other, thinking, what in the hell are we going to do with this? But she redeemed herself. I mean, she still sounded like she smoked 20 packs a day for the last 30 years, but it was a much better portrayal of what I wanted Princess Leia to be 30 years after the last movie.
Yeah, I mean, you get some cool things. It's not a spoiler, but she holds a gun for a little while, and that's pretty cool to see. The regalness is there. The leadership. It's fun seeing an older Leia trying to bestow some wisdom to like that next generation. Because you think about that firecracker, that young Princess Leia that we get in A New Hope, and it's kind of cool to see that Leia progress, and now is trying to usher in this next. You know, you got to be smart with your words. You've got to have some strategy. You need to have some tact, and it's, you know, it's just really satisfying.
You think about the consequences of your actions.
Yeah, and you know what? They had their fun with Leia too. I think there's several scenes. One may baffle you. One will make you cry. One will make you throw your arms up in the air rejoicing. I mean,
the one that baffled me really, it was the one scene in the movie I didn't like.
Which is kind of nice because you kind of get it out of the way. You know?
Yeah.
You kind of get it out of the way and you see her like 5 minutes later, so it's all good.
If we can ignore that scene, the rest of the movie is an A+.
Yes. That one's. I want to go down the visuals, but we'll do that after we hit the last. Is there anything we need to say about Leia? I know we're kind of giving general feedback about the characters. I mean, at this point, I think it's safe to say we're happy.
I miss Carrie.
I do miss Carrie too.
Yeah.
She's right there.
Yeah.
She's on our wall.
Looking down on us.
Looking down on us. Whoa, Miss Hustle. You need to tell us more. Come on, we need spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers on this video. I want to make a promise. We're just going to tell you the truth about how I love every character, and even when I bash some of these characters, that was their job. I'm not supposed to like Phasma. I'm not supposed to like Hux.
You know, in 2016 when The Force Awakens came out, what year is it?
It's 2015.
2015 when it came out. I saw more spoilers than I probably wanted to see, and then I got to the movie, and then I was disappointed that I spoiled it for me. So for this movie, I intentionally, outside of what we talked about here, tried to avoid everything that was spoiler-related. Didn't stay on Facebook or Reddit for a couple days.
And I tried to follow your example.
And it was worth it.
Definitely.
Without a doubt.
I enjoyed this initial movie-going experience more than I did watching The Force Awakens in theaters. And
Rogue One. And I loved Rogue One.
Wow. Man. You know, you think of The Last Jedi. Oh, that's how we should end it. We should do our ranking. But I'm thinking like Last Jedi, Rogue One. Like, those are some high ceilings that have been set early on. Okay. I don't think we talked about Kylo. So before we go to Luke, we need to talk about Kylo Ren. Large pectorals. Like,
I didn't need the shirtless scene.
Adam Driver is ripped. I mean, we know that he was a former Marine. Or he is a Marine. You never stop being a Marine, I guess, but...
This is the most skin we've seen on a Star Wars actor since Carrie Fisher. In Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. And he's kind of sweaty. And his hair's wet. Ooh, wow, that scene, if you really take it out of context, it is...
Pretty inappropriate.
It's kind of inappropriate. I love where Adam Driver is taking Kylo Ren, and I know it's with the guidance of Rian Johnson. I just love the physicality. It was alluded to in one of those behind-the-scene featurettes. I mean, now that the movie's out, go see the movie, go watch the featurettes. There is this one where it's talking about the swords, the sword practicing, and the physicality of what this film demanded. You see a brutality with Kylo. What did you? I mean, how do you interpret that? I mean, I feel like he could be very intense and very fierce, and at the same time, we get to see a lighter side.
I really liked where Johnson took the character, kind of shedding off that childhood ambition of wanting to be like his grandfather, and really starting to make him a bad guy of his own.
Yeah, there's something about, you know, we've heard... what's the phrase that we hear in the trailers? Let the past die.
Yeah. You
know, and so, like, you know, I think you can make the assumption there, it's, you know, Kylo has to become Kylo Ren. Kylo can't keep wanting to be, you know, Darth Vader 2.0. And that gets explored, I think, pretty well. I think that's really fun. Kylo Ren's a legitimate villain. I think that's fair to say. I loved him. He was one of my favorite parts of The Force Awakens. Took it up another level.
And he's what I wanted a young Anakin Skywalker to be from the prequels.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
And we're getting that.
You know, Matt, oh my gosh, yes. If Hayden, I mean, I don't want to bash Hayden Christensen. There are some things I think he did well. But man, yes, this is This is kind of how I always envisioned that young adult Anakin, like you said, short fuse, wants to be respected, wants to be revered, he's not patient, and he throws it all away.
Yep.
Yeah, I can totally buy on that. If you're a Kylo fan, you will be rewarded tenfold with this movie. Yeah.
What's going on in the comments? Anybody saying anything? Cool?
Nothing lately. I want to say shout outs again to J-Rod and Gomez and Wannabe for hanging out with us. Miss Hustle wants us to spoil the movie, and we're just not going to do that. If you have questions, though, ask us questions, and we'll see how best we can answer those questions for you, okay? That's my promise to you.
So
Mark.
that's Mark.
We got to talk about Luke Skywalker.
Wow.
I mean, Luke Skywalker is Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill is Luke Skywalker. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a Star Wars movie to win an Oscar. To get a character to win an Oscar. Mm-hmm. I think Daisy Ridley did a tremendous job as Rey. But I'm looking at Mark Hamill, and I want to see him nominated for Oscar. I want him to win it. And I know I sound like a fanboy. There's a lot of them out there. But ever since that tweet hit the internet a few days ago, suggesting that he and Daisy Ridley would go for Oscar nominations, there are just... they talk about actors, their eyes. It's like it's all in the eyes.
So I noticed that too. Glad I wasn't the only one.
And there is so much that is communicated.
The fury, the passion, the sadness, the loss, the regret, the want for redemption. You're getting emotional now just thinking about it, aren't you?
I'm not. Shut up. I'm not. It's just... I remember watching the original trilogy with my dad. And I remember how cool I thought it was that moment I saw Luke ignite the lightsaber, the blue lightsaber. And I thought about how cool it was with him with training with Yoda and Bespin. And I don't know, it's your hero. It's my hero. Mm-hmm. That's my fantasy hero. Mark McGuire is my professional sports hero. But Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, that's like my hero, man. And there is pain, there is anguish, but my God, are you going to be happy?
Every scene was delightful. From grabbing that lightsaber where we left off at Force Awakens, from that all the way until the very end of the movie, just delightful in every scene he's in.
I mean, damn.
So in the scenes, David, that both Mark and Daisy were in together, who stole the scene?
I would say Mark. I would say Luke Skywalker did. I think I have some biases there that I'm trying to combat.
See, I think it's a flip of a coin toss-up.
I think Daisy... I think Rey is more... I think as you progress, maybe Daisy... Excuse me. Maybe Daisy wins more of those scenes. But I just feel like you're getting a very raw Luke Skywalker. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's so interesting. And it's because they didn't let you... You didn't experience Luke Skywalker in Force Awakens. Mm-hmm. So I don't think there's any way to avoid it. I think everyone's focus is, what are you doing with Luke? And there is a lot of intense emotion. There's also a lightheartedness with some humor. I really want to see him get an Oscar nomination. Mm-hmm. I think... when I read the article, and there were a few articles that quoted this, and I'm sorry that I can't think of the exact one that get the original bite, but Luke Skywalker, no one thought, nor did Mark Hamill think that he had this performance in him. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is good. And I said it the other day, I said this on the last episode. Good acting is good acting. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's a sci-fi, or a thriller, or a dramatic, I don't care if it's Casablanca or Gone with the Wind. Good to great acting is great acting, and Mark's
been showing that to us for the last couple of years now, because I did not see in Luke Skywalker what I saw Mark Hamill do with the Trickster in The Flash, or Professor Arnold in The Kingsman, or with any of his voice acting. I mean, it was a character that he portrayed so well that it did not feel like it was an act.
No, this feels like, nope, we found Luke 40 years down the road.
Yep.
And it feels right. So, we've gone through the characters. I'll tell you, let's talk about visuals next.
Okay.
Let's talk about visuals. I think I can't tell on my thing how long we've been doing this. But we've been going for some good time. And we want to say thank you for hanging out with us.
Appreciate it.
A couple people in the chat, no problems. We know that this is super late. But visually, this is like no other Star Wars movie that we've ever seen.
I love some of the shots that they did with the spaceships.
Mm-hmm.
The space battle was really cool. Battles were all really neat. The planets. Can we talk about the planets for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Which of the new scenes was your favorite planet? We saw what? We saw Canto Bight.
We saw Crate.
We saw Crate.
Octu.
Octu. Do we have one more planet that we saw?
No.
Okay, those three.
Yep.
Which is your favorite?
I don't want to let my experience playing Battlefront 2 weigh. I did enjoy the Crate scene a lot more than what we got. I thought Canto Bight was fine, but Canto Bight to me had a little bit of the a little Cloud City feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean is okay. I mean it's fine. But I don't know. It had a really cool. There was a really cool shot in there that reminded me of Martin Scorsese's Casino that I really enjoyed, which is kind of fitting because it's a casino. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think the better question is what's my favorite environment?
Okay.
Because I think my favorite environment was the First Order ships.
Okay.
Especially inside Snoke's capital ship. I think that was pretty cool.
Not the throne room, though. I didn't like the throne room.
No. I mean,
Is that what it was called, the throne room?
I'm assuming. I mean, it's that big red room that we see in the TV spots.
He had a big ass chair. It looked like a throne.
Yeah, it looked like the Emperor's chair. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot about Snoke that I feel like we need to learn moving forward.
Yep. Think they'll do a book on him?
There's gonna be something about him. Hey, can you what was your favorite planet? You didn't tell me your favorite planet.
I really loved Octu.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Okay.
I like that scenery.
Yeah, I just didn't need the I don't know. I didn't need the caretakers were okay. They were actually kind of funny. There is a bizarre creature that we saw. Remember a couple months ago? We saw that creature. Like, what the hell is that thing? It's kind of like a cow. We come to learn. That's
yes. That with the 4 breasts.
Yeah, I mean it's not ruining anything. I mean it's just Luke Skywalker has to drink at some point. And
we know what he's drinking
by the tip of the udder. Anyways, so yeah, I what I do like is the environments were diverse. And I think it's a great formula that George Lucas set out. I think one of the best things about the VHS tapes of the original trilogy is getting that Leonard Maltin interview. And he's talking about how he tried to have 3 unique environments in each movie. Yep. And we got that. I like that white, salty Crate. I like the planet, the Greenland, the water of Octu.
The city-like atmosphere.
Yeah, Canto Bight was really well done. And it still felt like a lived-in thing. And I liked what Canto Bight ultimately was revealed to be. It's not just this big casino planet. So I did enjoy that. I really did.
Yep. I'm getting tired.
Really? I'm just like, my brain just needs more oxygen. Sorry to yawn, everybody. It's just, we're staying up late doing this, and I'm fine keeping talking as long as we want to keep talking.
Okay, so we've talked about the big cow thing with the 4 breasts that Luke's drinking the milk of.
Yes.
What are some of your favorite and less than favorite of the new creatures in the show?
Okay, so when they're on Crate and you get those crystalline fox things, freaking love those. I think they're adorable and I want one. I'm just worried what they would do to the upholstery.
Do they have stuffed animals of those yet?
I don't know. The porgs are all over the place. Porgs are all over the damn place.
I loved the porgs. But...
Dude, where there was one porg, there was 50.
Every scene they were in, just it melted my heart.
Hey, real quick, want to give a shout out. Count Von Strange is in the house. He's in the live chat right now. He saw the movie tonight.
Awesome.
Saw the movie tonight, and yes, they did call it the throne room. He is verifying for that.
Thank you for checking.
Count, be sure to tell us down in the chat below. Tell us what you're thinking about that movie. What is your reaction to The Last Jedi? We're big fans. I'll give it a 4.9 out of 5.
Did you ever watch the Animaniacs growing up?
Yeah.
I remember they had the Siskel and Ebert parody caricatures, and they'd give a big toe up, and they'd take off their shoe, and they'd have little stench marks. I don't know what made me think of that. You don't remember Animaniacs?
I don't remember that, but I do remember the Animaniacs. I do remember loving this movie. Okay, so we talked about environments. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about anything else but this movie right now.
Talked about environments, talked about creatures, talked about our characters.
I think if we go any further, it's going to be spoilers.
Spoiler, yep.
So let's do this.
Okay.
How do we rank the movies? We've seen The Last Jedi one time. Hey, Lord Vikos is in there. Porgs are the same as Tribbles and the original Star Trek. Dude, I hope I'm saying that right. Lord Vikos, I'm with you, man. My dad brought up, the one TV spot he saw, he's like, dude, those Porgs remind me of Troubles. It's going to be the same damn thing, I bet. And not the same situation. Like, we don't get a room full. But, yeah, I mean, the Porgs...
They're adorable.
They're so and they're so passionate too. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing I learned. I want to say something about the Porgs, but it's gonna piss a lot of people off if I say it out loud. Okay, so yeah, I think we need to rank the movies.
Okay,
and I want you to go first.
Me first. So Empire is definitely my favorite.
Okay,
and it would take one hell of a movie to knock that out of place. And while this was phenomenal, I don't think it quite hit that. I would then probably rank number 2 still as Rogue One. As I've rewatched all of the movies over the last 3 days, I love it even more every time I see that movie. So we've got Empire, Rogue One. This one's a pretty good contender, but it's right in there with like A New Hope and Return of the Jedi that all kind of rotate between my number 3 spot. So I'll have to see how this compares to a rewatch and how it does over the test of time to see where it falls in there. Of course, I think all of the prequels are down towards the bottom. Revenge of the Sith I enjoyed a lot more when I rewatched it yesterday than I have in watches past. Phantom Menace, and then of course Attack of the Clones down at the very, very bottom.
Yeah, the Attack of the Clones on my list is always at the Earth's core, is what I say. Mm-hmm. I want to before I forget, I do want to shout out our good friend Nick Stewart.
Okay.
Has left Quincy and
miss him.
And he's up in Cedar Rapids, but he messaged me tonight. He's like, I was so right about so many things.
Good to see his arrogance went with him.
Yeah, I'm excited for him to come down. He's gonna come down and he's gonna watch the movie with us. But
excellent. I miss you, buddy. Come back and visit.
When we're going to in the spoilers, the spoilers reaction we do, he's got some good points that we'll be sure to include there. Okay, so my ranking.
Yes.
Empire Strikes Back.
Fair.
It's It's going to be the best Star Wars film ever.
Mm-hmm.
You're never gonna top the Vader reveal.
Mm-hmm. You're
never going to. A New Hope. Because for me, no matter what you say, that is where you get introduced to that galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it all began.
See, I like it, but to me, there's just... I don't know, that's one of the few Star Wars movies where I'll like sit there and check my watch to see how long we've been watching the movie.
See, and I think the New Hope moves so fast. I mean, I feel like you get started with the initial attack there. Before you know it, you're on Mos Eisley. And then, we have to get to the Death Star. And then, holy shit, now we have to go blow it up. And I just feel it moves very fast.
I mean, I still love it. Don't get me wrong. But yeah. Okay, so...
Empire, A New Hope, I think Rogue One.
Okay.
I think then you gotta go... So now this is where it gets tough now.
Right.
This is where it gets tough. I had to see Last Jedi another 4 times. Okay? I need to see it another 4 times. I feel that what could happen here is my top 5 I know is Empire, A New Hope, Rogue One, Last Jedi, Revenge of the Sith.
Really?
A
prequel made your top 5.
Yeah, because I feel like I think Lucas figured it out with Revenge of the Sith. There's some things that I don't like about the movie, but the old spirit was in that one, and I really enjoyed that.
And that beats our
Return of the Jedi
for you?
Yeah, it does. There's some things that could have changed. Now here's my thing. Return of the Jedi goes down on my list because if we are using the canon versions of Return of the Jedi, I really freaking hate that scene where you have the singing dancers in Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
something that would have counteracted that is if they would have put that opening scene, originally Return of the Jedi, either the first or the second scene in there was supposed to be Luke constructing his green lightsaber.
Which would have been cool.
Which would have been really cool. That didn't happen. And that's okay. I'm not going to get, I'm not going to cry about it. But yeah, I think Return of the Jedi was just kind of it was wrapping it up. It was cool. Great saber fight, great space fight, but
as a kid, that was my favorite.
Yeah, and then that's fine. And I think as fans get older, when you're talking about Star Wars is done for kids, they want that level. Mm-hmm. There was still a lot of darkness in Return of the Jedi. Mm-hmm. There was also some lightheartedness, fun with the Ewoks, right, that we could, as a family, enjoy. Mm-hmm. Phantom Menace is right there. And I don't think the disparity between these films is that... The disparity is between those films and Attack of the Clones. I mean, I'm saying like Empire, New Hope, Rogue One, Last Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi. I mean, it's all really close.
Except for...
But Attack of the Clones is literally thousands of miles below.
Yeah, we can talk for an hour in itself on how we...
I will put the Holiday Special before Attack of the Clones. I will put the Ewok Adventures before Attack of the Clones. That damn droids thing, I'll put that before Attack of the Clones.
Can we watch the Holiday Special? Because I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, we can watch it. You want to watch it tonight?
Maybe. What time is it?
It's a little late.
Yeah, probably.
It's a little late.
Yep.
But, yeah, I think that's the ranking. I mean, Last Jedi for me is a top 5 film. I don't need it to be the best Star Wars film of all time. Mm-hmm. But it's bringing me joy. I'm so much happier with this movie than Force Awakens. I am so confident in where this is going. Now, I mean, here's my thing, and we'll probably talk about this more in a couple of days. Again, we're going to let the weekend play out, and once the weekend is over with, then we're going to come out with our spoiler reaction review video. But where JJ goes with 9, I think he has a lot of opportunity. He is a guy... He's a director that's known for knowing how to start a franchise, but not really having a reputation of closing it out.
Well, has he ever had to close one out with Cloverfield and Star Trek and... I mean, when has he ever had to actually close out a franchise?
Well, he hasn't. He's kind of always like backed away from the projects. I mean, look at Star Trek. We now know there's another Star Trek coming with Quentin Tarantino. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be awesome. We're not talking about Star Trek. This is Star Wars.
Tarantino's doing a Star Trek?
Yeah. They just greenlit it. It's going to be R-rated.
Neat.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to go see it. I think.
Does Fox do Star Trek?
Ooh, man. I'm sorry. I thought that was Paramount.
I don't know.
My phone just died, so I can't look that up for you.
Okay.
But
we'll look it up later.
But we'll look it up.
Okay.
We're a Star Wars podcast. We're not supposed to know about Star Trek.
Yeah.
He has a lot of opportunity to go with, and I will say this: I'm more convinced that Episode 9 will not be the conclusion of a story. I think Episode 9 is going to be a pathway into a far many things, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
At the end of the day, I liked it. I give it 2 thumbs up. I'm gonna go see it again.
I said it a couple weeks ago. If the movie's good, I'm gonna see it 7 times. If the movie's bad, I'm only gonna see it 3 times. I'm seeing this movie 7 times, and I'm looking forward to each time. Rian Johnson took some liberties with it, but they all pay off. And there are going to be moments that really just... I didn't think I'd see that in a Star Wars movie. And I'm looking forward to seeing this again with you, and looking forward to seeing this with my dad, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I think this is pretty satisfactory.
Yeah.
We went like 40 minutes or so.
Good.
Just talking about Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Excellent.
So, I want to say thank you so much to you for watching with us live.
Appreciate it.
This is our first live video, and I think it actually kind of worked out well.
Yeah.
We'll use the monitor next time. But now that we kind of figure out how we can do this, and now that we know the audio is actually okay, I think this is going to encourage us to do a lot more live streams.
Yeah.
You know what I think we should do? I think we should get on there. I feel so bad. We're actually having people comment right now, and I don't have a way of checking the live comments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the phone off in a little bit, and I'm going to go through the comments one more time, and then we'll close it off.
Is there a way I can check on my phone for the
Yeah, just pull it up on YouTube. I just had like a brain, like my brain just went blank for a little while. That was like terrifying.
What am I looking up on YouTube?
Just go to YouTube, go to our channel. We'll be live, and then just pull up the live chat so we can answer everyone's questions one last time before we wrap this up.
So if you got questions, post them now.
Yeah, if you have anything you want to share with us, post them now. We need to do a live comic book stream. We need to go through just the Darth Vader run. I think we should just do a Darth Vader live stream. What do you think? How about you turn off the volume so we don't get feedback?
I've never done this before.
You haven't? Here, do you want me to help you?
No, I've
You got it? You go to the live chat at the very bottom.
Oh, okay, there's a button.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then go to the very bottom of the live chat. Those will be the most recent, and then just kind of work your way up.
Lord Vicus
Yes.
says that his favorites in order are Empire, A New Hope, Revenge, Return of the Jedi, Phantom, Rebels, Clone Wars. He threw in the TV shows.
Oh, okay.
We didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't put those in the same category. I feel like Clone Wars, though, is a masterpiece.
The Muppet episode, and then Holiday Special and Droids at the bottom.
Oh, dude, I forgot the Muppet Special. Good call, man. That's awesome.
And he's also going to go see it 7 times as well as 7 different groups of people.
That's awesome.
That's the way to do it. That's about the only recent comment here. Don, comic book junkie, she says he's going to go see it on Saturday.
Heck yeah, dude, Don. Thanks for being in the live chat, man. So appreciate it.
So pretty awesome. Scrolling back up here. And we're getting back up to Miss Hustle saying that we need spoilers. So I think we got...
All right, well, Miss Hustle, we will satisfy you in about 3 days with the spoilers.
A little more time.
Going to be a lot of fun. So thank you again for checking us out here on our first live stream on our channel. Well, yeah, I can tell why this is a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun to have that conversation. You know, we post the episodes and then we have to go back and we comment, on which I love to do. But this is taking it to the next level. So if you can, after we finish this live stream, can you tell us what time you think is the best time to do live streams on YouTube? So that way, you know, it's not just 10 of us hanging out. Maybe we can get 20, 30, 40, 50 hanging out. You know, Alex the comic book reporter gets like 120 people to watch his live comic book auctions. I feel like we should be able to do like 35, 40 people.
Count Von Strange the Fourth says, great show, guys. Thanks for the compliment.
Dude, thank you so much. Yeah, I feel like we've talked long enough to where this is like an episode.
I don't usually like read any of the comments on our things.
Well, David's self-conscious. He thinks that people don't like him. But I tell him all the time that he gives some of the best commentary that we have on our podcast.
I just let you tell me when good things happen.
You know what? Good things are happening right now. So that's the end of our spoiler reaction.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to echo that because this is why we do it. We just want to have a conversation about Star Wars. If you have not already, watch our video on our YouTube channel right now about our 300 subscriber contest. We are giving away $95 worth of stuff. We're giving away 4 pop figures, a trade of Poe Dameron. We're giving away Shattered Empire issues. We're giving away a Star Wars #1 variant, and we just want to give you free stuff. And all we're asking you to do is make a video. Very simple rules. We shot the video, released it today. And so just go ahead and check that out and submit your video. You have about a month from today. So January 14th. So wait, it's now the 15th. It's an early morning. It looks like we have one more comment in there. Looks like we got Miss Hustle. What do we got?
Miss Hustle, very nice to watch you guys, and great job with your first live stream.
Woo-hoo!
So thank you, Lord Vicus. I hope I'm saying that right. Excellent job, guys. The interaction is a great addition.
Heck yeah, isn't it? Like,
awesome.
We got it. Here's my thing is, taking this live element and combining it with what I think is our strong production value. You know, I think, here's the thing. David is a working professional that averages 85 hours a week. Okay? I work a semi-intense job myself. And so we have enough time to get some basic show notes together and then sit down at the table and shoot an episode.
Don, comic book junkie now, says this was so great that he's going to go rewatch the rewind of it.
No way! Are you serious?
Awesome.
That's great! That makes me so happy.
He will have seen our live stream more than we've seen the actual movie, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I just hope it's worth your time. I think we were really fair, and I think we're overwhelmingly positive. Like I said,
without spoiling anything,
we love the characters that you're supposed to love, and we hate the characters that you're supposed to hate. I think everyone knocks their role down. We just got to figure out a way with this live stream to get our production value, because I think that's our strength. We have really good production. I would like to see us get a little bit more organized in our internal format on the show.
I like the shimmer that we have on the logo since we've moved this back here.
I like this. This is very professional for you. I mean, if you're watching this for the very first time, if you're on our channel for the first time, this monitor used to not be here. We just had this like awkward white space that I would try and like lay my body in front of and cover. But yeah, you know, we're upping our game. I think every episode, every week.
Count Von Strange, I don't know if you know him, but he, I take it's a fellow St. Louis guy because he's telling us that we need to go to the Comic-Con. ... Just saying.
Whoa! Now, Count, tell me in the chat right now. I thought we settled this. I thought we were going. I thought it was going to be myself, David, Alex, and you.
I'd like to go. Oh, so you do know him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, no, Count Von Strange. A lot of these folks that are in the live chat right now, they are part of the comic book community.
Southern Illinois, about an hour and a half away. Oh, down by like Carbondale area?
Or Edwardsville. I can't remember.
Okay, so when we used to live in Cape Girardeau, I'd go into Southern Illinois. There was two small towns right next to each other that shared a fire protection district.
Okay.
One of them was the town of Ware, and the other one was called Wolf Lake. And when you drive past the fire station, it said Werewolf Lake. That's the end of my story.
Count, do you know where that is?
Maybe.
I don't.
Yes, sir, Carbondale, West Frankfort, to be exact.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, we know exactly where you are.
Yep.
Yeah, so from my understanding, February is Wizard World in St. Louis.
Yes.
And I think the plan is for David and I to go down there with a lot of business cards and try and promote this show. You know, that's one of the other reasons, I'm going to be honest, that's one of the other reasons why we want to go live is because we're able to interact like we have tonight, this morning. I think the relationship here is going to develop more, and I think this is how we're going to grow our audience faster. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to reach as many people as we can, talking about Star Wars, and we invest a lot of effort into it, but we don't take ourselves very seriously. We make mistakes sometimes. We're not, encyclopedias. But my God, this is fun.
I'm about to lose my cell phone too. So.
Oh, you are?
Yep.
Okay. Well, guys, cell phones are dying, and I guess that's a sign from above that we need to wrap this up. So, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, go see it. We're going to see it tomorrow night.
Yep.
And we're going to see it the night after that.
Probably.
And then we're going to probably do...
Sunday matinee, too. Why not? Just for kicks.
I'm fine with that. I work Sunday evening.
I know. That's why I said matinee.
Okay, that'll work. Yeah, Sunday. And then maybe Monday we write down our thoughts, and we do a really entailed spoilers.
When's Nick going to be back in town? Do we know yet?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
I'll reach out to Nick.
Yeah. See if we can get him to join us.
Within the next 5 days. I want the weekend to go by.
Because Jesse's seeing it tomorrow night.
Yeah. All right.
So.
Well,
cool.
You can keep track of us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll post updates there. And be sure you comment down below. If you're catching us on the rewind, make sure you comment down below. Tell us what you think about the spoiler-free review and reaction video. And we'll see you soon. I now have to get up and turn off this live video because this isn't pre-recorded. Usually the doors slide and shh. I gotta get up. Everybody say bye to David.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. Oh, there's one more.
Count Von Strange. Good night, bro.
Good night to you.
Good night, everybody. If Miss Hustle's out there, girl, I cannot wait to see you again. Talk to you soon, everybody. May the Force be with you. Oh, damn it. I thought I had a great ending. Oh, man. All right. Okay. We're still going. Unfortunately, I'm in Tennessee. Lord Vikos, hey, don't be sad that you're in Tennessee, man. Be sad if you're in Alabama, but at least they made the right vote. Okay, cool. How do we exit this?
What the hell are you asking me? I couldn't figure out.
It's not letting me exit. I'm gonna flip it over. Oh, I can't flip it over. Orientation. Man, this is weird.
Should change the thumbnail on it when we get a point too.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right. Well, I just figured out that there is an X button at the top of the screen. So,
good night.
One more time. May the Force be with you. Yeah, I'm sure I want to end this streaming. Why would it ask me to end this streaming if I hit the end button? YouTube Live, get your shit together.